Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys step by step of how to get your EIN number for your business. If this is your first business, what you need to know is having an EIN number is important and you will need it for your business. An EIN number is basically your social security number for your business. So before you begin applying for your business bank account or before you begin building your business credit, you want to make sure that you have your EIN number in place, that you don't have to use your personal social security number going forward. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. In order for you to get your EIN number, there is no charge as long as you go on the irs.gov website. There are different ways you can get your EIN number through other companies who can assist you with this, but this is one of the easiest processes to get done within your business. So you first want to put in your browser irs.gov, and it's going to bring you to this home screen. Depending on where you are, you want to make sure the timing that you are on this site is between Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you try to go on this website anytime outside of that timing, you will be directed to wait until the site is open. So before going on there, just make sure that you are aware of the timing and the time zone that you are in. So once you get onto the irs.gov website, you want to go over here to the search margin and you want to put in EIN. Once you put in EIN, this is what is going to pop up. And because we are registering our business for our EIN, you're going to hit the apply for an employer identification number. So as stated, you see the hours of operation is Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Step 1, determine your eligibility. You may apply for an EIN online if your principal business is located in the United States or U.S. territories. The person applying online must have a valid taxpayer identification number, which is going to be your social. You are limited to one EIN per responsible party per day. The responsible party is the person who ultimately owns or controls the entity or who exercises ultimate effective control over the entity. Unless the applicant is a government entity, the responsible party must be an individual. So whoever applied to receive your documentation, your formation with your state, you are the person who has to apply for your EIN. And with saying that, before you can get your EIN number, you must have a formation already in place for your particular state. So if you haven't done so, make sure you go ahead and watch this video here above before getting your EIN so that you can register your business with your Secretary of State before doing this process. Step 2, understand the online application. You must complete this application in one session, as you will not be able to save and return at a later time. Your session will expire after 15 minutes of inactivity and you will need to start over. So when you start this application, just make sure that you have 15 minutes that you can give to this, because this is a short, easy application to submit in. Step 3, submit your application. After all validations are done, you will get your EIN number immediately upon completion. You can then download, save, and print your EIN confirmation notice. So once you have put all your information in that is going to ask on the next page, when we begin the online application, you will get your EIN number right after doing so. If you're doing it on your phone, you want to make sure that you screenshot that confirmation page and that you keep it in your phone. And if you know that you're not going to keep that phone, you need to make sure that you're able to send this to your own email and that you're able to save it. Anytime you apply for a business bank account or anything in your business name, you will need your EIN number, because as I stated, this will be the social to your business. So always keep it in a safe place where you will know it. And every time you start a new business, each business will have its own EIN number. Do not take one EIN number and start a second, third, or fourth business using this same EIN number. Each business has its own LLC or whatever formation you go with, and it also has its own EIN because that's the social to this particular business. So we're going to go ahead and just see what this application is asking for so that we can begin the process. So that's some of the stuff we just read, and you're going to hit begin application. What type of legal structure is applying for an EIN? Before applying for an EIN, you should have already determined what type of legal structure or business or type of organization is being established. Choose the type you are applying for. If you do not see your type, select view additional type. Sole proprietor includes individuals who are in business for themselves and household employers. This is going to be someone who is self-employed, meaning you only do a service. Even if you offer a service, you have to keep in mind with being this type of business, this is you using your social. So having an EIN is really unnecessary because it's still making you liable for that business. Partnerships includes partnerships and joint ventures. Corporations includes S corporations, personal service corporations, real estate investment trusts, regulated investment conduits, and settlement funds. Then you have your limited liability company, which is your LLC. As I already stated and mentioned in previous videos, LLC is something that I like to use personally, but you always want to consult with your own attorney to see. So depending on what you have already filed your business under with your state, you're going to choose exactly which one of these formations that you have already chosen within your state. So on the last demo video that I showed you guys, I chose the LLC. So that's what we're going to go ahead and hit on this application so we can continue the process. And once you begin the process, it will show you exactly what your business is. So for the LLC, what it is, a limited liability company is a structure allowed by state statute. A LLC is formed by filing articles of organization with the state secretary of state office. An LLC must be unique in its state. There can be no more than one active LLC with the same name in the same state. That's why I told you guys on the business demo to make sure that you do your name search before trying to get any business documentation. For federal tax purposes, an LLC may be treated as a partnership or a corporation or disregarded as an entity separate from its owner. So this is one of the best things about an LLC. As it just mentioned here, it will be disregarded as an entity separate from its owner. Anytime you start a business, you want to make sure your business is separate from you so that your personal assets are not in jeopardy anytime something may happen or if anything ever occurs. An LLC can have 2 or more members, multiple members, or one single member. So you'll either be a single member or you'll have multiple members for your LLC, depending on if you decide to have partnerships for your LLC. An LLC can have an unlimited number of members. An LLC's members may include individuals, corporations, other LLCs, or foreign entities. What it is not, LLCs are not incorporated and do not file articles of incorporation. So that's just a few things to know about an LLC, but if you would like more information, just make sure you always consult with your CPA or with your attorney to know what is best for you. So on this, it's going to ask you how many members are in the LLC. So if you're a single member, you're going to put 1. If you have multiple people who form this entity, then you have to put however many people runs that particular business. Please select the state, territory where the business is physically located. So on my demo on the last video I showed you guys, I showed you a demo of Mississippi. So we're going to just put in Mississippi on here. So this is just telling you to confirm it, and it's telling you about a single member LLC. So since you are a single member LLC, you will initially be classified as a disregarded entity for the purposes of filing a federal tax return. If the only member of the LLC is an individual, the LLC income expenses are reported on Form 1040, Schedule C, E, or F. If the only member of the LLC is not an individual, the LLC income and expenses are reported on the owner/member's tax return. So if you do not wish to accept the default classification of this disregarded entity, you can file Form 8832 or you can file Form 2553. And we're not going to get into all of that because getting into tax returns is another topic for another day. That's a lot to go into. Why is the LLC requesting an EIN? Choose one reason that best describes why you are applying for an EIN. Started a new business, hire employees, banking purposes, change type of organization, purchase active business. So here for banking purpose, it say, select this option if the reason for applying for the EIN is strictly to satisfy banking requirements or local law. We're not going to choose that because you started a new business. And if you start a new business, you want to make sure that you're able to use this for your actual social for this business. So on here it say, must match IRS records or this application cannot be processed. So once you put in your name and that you are a member of the LLC, it's going to bring you to your address. I'm going to go ahead and put in my information on here as well, and then I'll show you guys the next page. Once you have put in the information for your business, which on the last page on the address, that's going to be the address that your business is registered under. So you want to make sure that you choose the same address under whatever you put for your Secretary of State when you file for your formation. So on this page, step 4, it says, tell us about the LLC. Legal name of LLC must match articles of organization. So whatever you register your business under, you have to make sure that you put it the same way. So for this, in the last demo, I put Pace Life LLC, county where it is located. It's going to be Mississippi. The start date, this is October as the filming of this video, and it is 2021. Once you put that in, the next thing it's going to say is, does your business own a highway motor vehicle with a taxable gross weight of 55,000 pounds or more? Depending on the type of business you own is how you will know how to answer these questions. Does your business involve gambling? Does your business need to file Form 720 quarterly? Does your business sell or manufacture alcohol, tobacco, or firearms? Do you have or do you expect to have any employees within the next 12 months? So if you decide to have employees, if you're going to pay them through a W-2, you have to make sure you let the IRS know as well. But if you decide to pay them as a 1099, you have to select yes on this. So just like when you formed your formation with your state, it asks you what type of business you are starting. If you don't see any of those services that you offer listed here, you'll go down and you'll put in other. So if your business isn't listed, just make sure you hit other. And now it gives you a couple more things to choose from. If your business still does not fall underneath any of these business activities, you can still hit other right here, and you will have a section for you to actually put in what your business may do. So for me, in the last demo, I put consulting. So that's what we're going to go with on this page. We're just going to put in marketing. Now, I'm not going to hit continue on this page because I'm not actually registering this business. This was just for demo purposes. But once you have completed all of these 4 steps, the next thing you would do is hit continue. Once you hit continue, it will show you your EIN confirmation, and you will then have your EIN number, which is the social to your business. This application is such an easy, smooth process. And if you have already formed your entity with your state, you want to make sure you go ahead and register for your EIN number so that you can begin building your business credit and you can go ahead and get your business bank account. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. And if it was helpful, as usual, make sure you give me a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. That's going to be the end of this video, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.